babies?
Gentlemen.
Richard? Richard!
Hey.
Boys,
How are you?
Ray, what are your feelings on graphs?
Do tell.
You are aware of what they are?
Yes?
Ray, is your mic plugged in?
Yes.
All right. Just sounds low. Sorry.
Low?
Actually, his is generally high. Bill, yours is usually low because you still, a year later, don't know how to work a microphone. I'm sorry, I'm going to be salty today. I just got home. A lot of traffic. Ray failed at the task that I asked him to do today, although you did a lot. I'm not that mad at you. I'm just wondering how much knowledge you have of graphs, columns,
I went down.
rows.
Went down to 450. Oh, I went down 413. That was the wrong date.
Can't fault a man for having the date wrong. I do it every single
I'm sorry.
time.
I went to 4. I thought today was the 13th. I just looked down and it's the 15th.
It's one of those
That's
days.
my bad. That's my bad.
1.5 million things going on, and I was trying to do it all. I leaned on my partners to do a little bit of it. The first response I got was, "I'm sorry, I took a nap in the middle of the day. I can't get to what you asked of me." And the second was just completely wrong thing that I asked. To
Red
do.
Sox
So,
put me to sleep today. I'm sorry. For 2 hours.
Bill, we got an interview. You plan on sending some questions or no answer for 2 hours? Okay. Oh, hey, sorry, I fell asleep watching Netflix.
It was a Red Sox game. It was awful. I fell asleep. They put me to sleep.
Oh,
Sorry.
God. Anyway, how's your guys' days going?
Better than yours.
Sounds like it was better than yours. I had a glorious nap today. Then I wake up to get yelled at by you.
He didn't yell at you. He didn't even yell at you.
Yeah, you do sound like shit, Ray.
No, hold on.
Aha!
How's this? Better or worse?
I don't know.
I don't know, Ray.
My ears are blinded by your dumbness. Bill, can you turn it up just a little bit? Because, you do this and then we can't hear you. Then, you're talking like this. So
Is that better?
yeah, that's great.
All
That's
right.
excellent. Thank you. Thank you. Now that the technical things are out of the way,
How's this?
Perfect.
it's really great
Good job, Ray. Were you using the computer audio?
Yeah, I don't know why.
because you're an idiot.
No, thank you, Richard.
Put the thing back in front because now you're spiking them. No, you want you want people to
You
see
want
your
to
face.
see his face, yeah.
People have been complaining that they can't see my face.
They're not complaining. They're happy they don't see your dumb face.
I agree.
It does sound a lot.
I feel like
better with
Mr. Wilson across the from Tim Allen.
Why don't you put your mic down lower? So
Why don't
that
you
you're-
suck my dick? You know what? You
Get it
fucking.
hard. Get it hard.
I was
first.
trying to be nice
Get it
today.
hard
I was
first,
trying to be
fuck.
nice, and fuck you, Bill. Fuck you.
Oh God. Behind the big man.
Yes. It's coming out. Queen Bee. I think that's the best nickname I've ever come up with. Ray and his or the salty one. The salty one.
I like the salty one better.
The salty one was extra salty the other day. Started
He's
bitching
been extra
about-
salty all week.
Yeah.
I'm not even mad.
You are now. You raised
Well,
your
'cause
voice
I
for no reason.
Remember
I was
when
offering
Rich-
you some help?
No, you
Why don't you put the mic lower and then your face stands over the mic? Turn it up a little bit, then you can talk a little louder into it. There you go, dummy.
Basic physics there. Yeah, no, Queen. You're not quite Bill's queen because
No, Bill is the queen.
he's useless. Like he is beyond useless.
I don't understand how he's employed.
No,
Honestly, I don't.
truly on another level. He is on his own plane, his own status, queen status.
Yeah.
But your little cuntiness lately has given you not Queen A, but Queen
Duchess?
B.
Duchess,
Queen
baby.
B. You don't deserve the Duchess. God damn it. Are we in the wrong fucking Zoom? Fucking Zoom.
Why don't you just send him a new one? No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. I even said to Kelly, I'm like, I think Rich is a little salty today.
Looks like it.
Boy, was I right.
Graph works over here. Boston.
I do one thing wrong. I post something and I do one thing wrong. I'm sorry.
What was wrong with it?
I don't know still. I have to go back and look.
Complete wrong thing I need.
God damn it! Now I have to see. I thought I was doing it great.
You scroll down
Shut up.
the column
Yeah, I know.
that goes up and down.
I went to fucking. Oh, I needed to put a blog in today.
And then what's after that? Keep going. 2 columns over.
Oh fuck. There it is.
Looks like a Bills fan.
Oh boy.
We're gonna have a field day.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna
Audio
have a
audio connected.
Yeah, yeah. He can hear us.
Yeah, you can hear it. How many
can hear you
dildos?
guys.
How many dildos have you brought into Ralph Wilson or whatever the fuck you call it? Get all of a stadium up there.
Oh, it's fucking Ralph Wilson and always will be. All this bullshit name changing, I can't fucking stand it.
Well, welcome to the show.
Appreciate that. How's it going?
It's
Good, how are
going
you?
good, man. Yeah, I appreciate you jumping on. I don't know. I never do the Zoom thing right, so sorry for the confusion there.
It's all good.
Let me give you a proper introduction. With us is Corey Dempsey of the Back Porch podcast, all things movie, beer, sports, and I assume whatever else you feel like talking about that day.
Yeah, pretty much.
Excellent.
Whatever we feel like talking about.
Excellent. Well, today we feel like talking about shitting on you as a Bills fan for a little bit, and then we'll get into the rest of it. Is that okay? Actually, why don't we give you the floor? Let's start off. Why don't you give us a brief explanation of your podcast and kind of what you do over there, and then you can gloat as a Bills fan for this one season, and then
5 minutes. 5 minutes of gloating, and that's it.
Hey, Rich. I mean, you're a Bills fan too, so there you go.
That's true. We did a loser city draft earlier this season, and I got Toronto. They didn't have a football team, so they gave me the Bills. Worked out okay this year, but
Yeah, fucking sounds great. I mean, listen, I knew y'all were a New England podcast, and the second I heard that, I knew I had to come on here flaunting my Bills gear because we are fucking AFC East champions for the first time in God knows how long. And we swept the Patriots, and I got to watch Cam Newton throw footballs into the ground all season long, and that was fantastic. And it was just a great year to be a Bills fan.
look at his fucking grin. Look at his smile.
This is the happiest he's ever been in his entire life. You win one fucking
has.
AFC East in 30 years.
It
So bitter.
absolutely
Hey,
is.
I'll
This
give
is the
I
greatest
give Bills
season ever.
fans respect though, because like them and Cleveland fans, like I got a buddy at work that's a Cleveland fan. He's stuck by him forever. So like loser city teams and loser city fans, I'm always like, if true fans, mad respect, but fuck your Bills.
Oh, it was a great season. I mean, Josh Allen, third best quarterback in the league all year long, and then we ran into the Chiefs, and we know how that goes. So
It's all right. He wasn't going to beat Brady in the Super Bowl anyways, so even though he's dead to me, but
I mean, that would have just been the perfect narrative if we made the Super Bowl and then we got to beat Brady and just really bring it all full circle. Would have been legendary. But
how heartbroken would you have been if it all came to this? You finally beat the Patriots, you win the AFC, and now all of a sudden you run into Tom Brady in the NFC, and you get your curb stomped.
You kind of
Honestly,
know.
it would have been really hard.
You kind of know that
We just can't escape Brady.
that's the actual narrative you guys would have ran into. Like you would have got back to the Super Bowl, and then Brady would have been sitting there and been like, "Hey, thanks for showing
Remember
up."
me?
Hey, remember me?
Remember me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, you're absolutely right. That's probably what would have happened because that fucking defense was incredible. But I can sit here and hope and pretend that since we didn't make it, that would have been how it worked out. And yeah,
Hey, at least you got the Sabres. Oh wait, never mind.
nope.
Hope
They're
and
awful.
hope and pretend should be plastered across Ralph Wilson Stadium. That's
That's their new team motto. Yeah.
Oh man,
Under the dildo signs.
it's tough being a Bills fan. I mean, 0-4 in the Super Bowl, 4 straight. No one's ever done that. No one will ever do that again. It's just
How many
someday.
you
I
guys
hope.
got banners up there for it?
for
Only
the
team to lose
AFC
4 straight
champions.
Super Bowls in a row.
Actually, did the Bills do the Colts thing? Do they have the AFC East finalist banner? I don't think they stooped that low, right? They
I
have
don't
AFC
think so.
Championship.
I haven't. I don't know. I haven't been to Ralph Wilson in a year, or at least since like last November. So I don't know. I kind of forget what it looks like. I'm looking forward to my second vaccine, and then I can go back to Bills games this coming year, and it's going to be great.
Hell yeah. So I have a question for you as a Bills fan. Have you gone through a folding table yet? Because I feel like that's part of like the initiation process for all Buffalo fans that you see on TV all the time. So have you been christened through a folding chair yet? Table?
I have not myself gone through, but I have been, this year after the Ravens game, me and all my buddies, we were watching together, and we definitely put people through some tables. I was not one of them. I'm kind of a bigger guy amongst our friends.
Look for the little guys to throw
you could say fat. It's okay. Ray's fat too.
Yeah. I mean, I'm definitely fat. I'm a former athlete.
Yeah.
Very much retired.
So are we. Where did this folding table shit start? Like where? Like what's the fucking purpose of
They
this?
sucked for 20 years.
So you just gotta
they
throw
started
yourself so
lighting
perfectly
shit
good
on fire
tables?
and breaking it. Have you ever? You never
It's
went
all
to
you.
college.
It's all
you
you
don't
young
understand.
crowd. That's what you give all the bad Bills fans. Never mind.
No, but he's exactly right. Basically, the Bills were so bad for so long that the tailgates became the real event. So, you got the hot dog guy who just right before people go into the game, they spray mustard and ketchup all over them. And, they do the table thing. And it's just like that became the event because the football was not good and not pleasant to watch. So it's like, hey, we just got to have fun at this tailgate and make this thing worth it.
Yeah, it's also like a great epicenter because Buffalo is like, one of the most desolate places in America. There's not a whole lot going on. So it's like, let's gather 60,000 people in a stadium and just wreak havoc. Why not? Let's have,
Yeah, accurate. 100%.
And they just legalized weed up there too, so even better.
Bills all game.
I will say this though, I know Ray's got a couple questions too, but not to stomp all over this. Quickly, the Buffalo Bills Mafia became like a darling to root for. They're really on the, as we say, the cups of being one of the most hated fan bases because they lost their like lovable loser craziness and are just becoming arrogant, crazy assholes.
9 wins, all it took. It took 9 fucking wins, and there we are.
They put a banner in Foxborough.
Like, Jesus, 20 fucking years, we got a banner right down on Route 1. Fuck off.
I just say,
I just hate
careful,
the Bills.
Be careful.
I mean, you're absolutely right that I still think we have some of like the goodness because, after we gave Lamar Jackson a concussion, we donated all that money to his foundation. And, when Andy Dalton luckily got us into the playoffs 3 years ago with that 9-7 record, like, we donated a bunch of money to Andy Dalton's foundation and donated a bunch of chicken wings to the Cincinnati Bengals. So, we try and do our part, but I hope the success doesn't turn us into assholes. I hope we don't become Philly fans. Philly fans are the fucking worst.
You can say Boston fans. Boston's fans are arrogant, winning assholes. That's accurate.
But all you do is win. It's hard not to be an arrogant asshole.
Listen, like
it's
you guys
have to fall back on. It's just like,
you guys deserve it. Like you have the Bruins have how many Stanley Cups this frickin' century? Boston Red Sox finally got 4 World Series. Like, you guys deserve it. Good for you.
Yeah, it's
speaking of someone that doesn't deserve the narrative, Josh Allen is a average at best quarterback. The three of us know that. So please explain to us why the Buffalo fans think this guy is elite.
Well, I think you just need to look at the numbers last season, man. I mean, he was second in MVP voting for a reason. And the dude is just a gamer. Like you could see that from day one. When he came in his rookie season, and then, there's this play I'll never forget where he tries to go on 4th and 1 and he tries to jump over and get the thing and he gets knocked back. And then he ends up like bursting through for like 5 yards. And then he just gets up and starts doing the first down, like super hard.
Yeah.
And from that day, I was just in on Josh Allen. I was like, this guy is a gamer. If he can ever figure it out, watch out. And it seems like it came together this year. I was just talking with my buddy the other day, and we were saying, as far as like the new contract goes, giving him big money, we were like, let's see if he can keep it going for another year. I am confident that he will be able to. I think the amount of strides he's made, and I think the amount of work he's put in with, Ken Dorsey and his own coach Palmer, I think he's going to keep that level. But I'm still a little uncertain because he still has Josh Allen moments where he tries to do way fucking too much and he fumbles the ball like at the end of that Colts game and nearly gave me a fucking heart attack.
We were laughing at that.
We've seen it in Foxborough quite a few times, and we get it.
If that wasn't Phillip Rivers on the other side, you're losing that game and heart crushing. And the whole narrative of Josh Allen goes out the window because the year before he was lateraling balls in a playoff game.
Nobody
was a circus clown.
Houston, right? It was against Houston. He was just like lateral.
That was one of the worst ending to a playoff game. Nobody wanted to win that game.
No, it was. I can't tell you how angry and upset and sad I was during the second half of that Texans game. Like,
it was insane.
He literally just lost his mind and started throwing into triple coverage. He should have been picked off like 4 times. And then he tries this over his head lateral as he's being tackled to Dawson Knox, who can't hold on to the ball anyway. And I'm just like, what are you doing? This is insane. Stop. Just stop. Stop.
The life of a Bills fan.
I don't think I'm as hard on. Well, I'm a Bills fan, so I have to have faith in our Josh Allen. But I don't. He's not elite, like top 3 quarterback. The stats say that, but everyone has.
We were top 3 defense 2 years ago.
Yeah,
how'd that 9 touchdowns last year. I mean, he looked the part, but I don't.
He made, like you said, Corey. He made some ballsy throws. It looks like he's learning how to run an offense. I think he's got a lot of good coaching around him. We've seen guys, develop into pretty decent quarterbacks. You have to imagine he's going to take a regressional step back to the mean next year. Like, I don't look at him and go, you're an MVP candidate year in, year out. I don't say he's that good.
I mean, look at Lamar Jackson before you answer. I mean, he went MVP, and look at what he did last year. I mean, runner up. I
could be wrong. I could be wrong. I just don't think he profiles like that.
I absolutely see what you're saying, and I am also in the mode of wait and see. I think that, what you said, having all that coaching around him, I think McDermott's built a really great culture with the Bills. I think that having Brian Daboll back for another season is going to be really, really helpful in terms of him being able to kind of keep that level. But at the same time, it is wait and see for me. And I hope he doesn't, let the success go to his head and like take his foot off the gas. And, he continues to prepare the way he needs to, because you're absolutely right. Like he is a work in progress constantly. And, I just hope he continues at this level or, similar, like 95% of that, I think is going to be good as well. I think good enough for the AFC East.
Stephon Diggs helps a lot. And that was Sammy Watkins. You guys just signed Sammy Watkins this year, right? Cut John Brown.
No, we signed Emmanuel Sanders
that's what it was. Yeah.
As our 3rd guy, or well, I think he'll actually probably be more of a 4th guy. I think Gabe Davis is going to get a lot of reps this year. I think, he showed a lot as a rookie, and, Cole Beasley's our slot guy. And then Emmanuel Sanders will come in. Isaiah McKenzie will still be there to run jet sweeps and, all the motion stuff. So, but we have Sanders that we added, got rid of John Brown, which, I like John Brown, but we were paying him too much money. So I get that.
He's hurt a lot too. And he's just basically a deep threat. I don't think, rely on Diggs and Beasley in my opinion. I love Cole Beasley.
I think you're absolutely right. John Brown wasn't reliable enough really to demand that kind of salary.
He doesn't get open enough for Allen either. I mean, Allen's got a fucking cannon, but if he
Cole Beasley played with a concussion in the last week of stadium and lost my fantasy for me. So fuck.
No one cares. No one cares about your fantasy football team.
No, he got 40 points, right? Cole Beasley got, with a concussion.
No one cares.
Oh, yeah, what 3 touchdowns?
Yeah, I almost put my face through a wall.
Corey, what's some of the best memories you had of last year of your AFC East winning Buffalo Bills?
Man, I'll give you the top 3. The
Just
the
one
first
and one.
one.
No. Top three. That's fine. Don't listen
Yeah.
to Bill. Top three. Give us top three.
The first
Well,
one
we
was
do this
when
a lot. Hold on, Corey. Let me just mute Bill real quick. This is the power I get. Muted. Go ahead.
The first one is when Taron Johnson picked off Ben Roethlisberger at the end of the first half and flipped that game against the Steelers. I mean, that, I was feeling really good about the season, but then when that happened in a game against the Steelers, who had yet to go off the rails, that was a huge moment for me. I think beating up on the Patriots 38-9 in Foxborough, like that was an incredible moment for me. I think it was 38-9. I can't remember.
That doesn't get a mute.
No, it doesn't, Bill. Let him continue.
I was trying to find where you actually kick.
And then the last one has to be the Taron Johnson 101-yard interception return for a touchdown against the Ravens. It was, we were sitting there watching the game, and as soon as he started going, it was just, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. And then pretty much like the next play, Lamar Jackson's out. And, as a Bills fan, you can never celebrate too early, but like I was feeling real good after that Taron Johnson interception return. It was an incredible moment for us.
What part of your body would you give up to see the Bills win a Super Bowl?
Oof, I mean,
that's a great question, Bill.
Pinky bet.
It would be an entire limb. Like take my arm, take my leg.
Wow.
You can take off my nose and spite my face. I mean, it's not much to look at anyway. Just give me a fucking Bills Super Bowl.
That's a diehard. Now we have an ongoing quest, as we call it, for the Bruins. If they are to win with Tuukka Rask in net, Bill has to get a butthole tattoo of Tuukka Rask.
He has to be in net for the clinching game, so he can go all the way up to Game 7.
You'll be clinching.
If he gets hurt, if he's not fucking in the clinching Stanley Cup game, null and void.
You'll be clinching. Wow, a limb for the Bills. That was some stellar
rhymes.
Bills talk. That's about as much as I could take. I have one last question. True or false? You have an EJ Manuel poster. You don't have to answer that if you don't want to.
Hard false. I was never ever in on EJ Manuel.
JP
I thought that was a terrible pick. JP Losman, like we had such a bad history with quarterbacks. Like the fact that Trent Edwards was our best quarterback of like the last 20 years, besides Fitzpatrick.
Hey, Flutie took you to a fucking playoff.
Hey man, we only have a couple more minutes. We could run through the litany of shitty decisions the Bills have done, but the show only runs once a week.
God.
We'll
was
have
it
you
Chan
back.
Gailey as head coach? That's a big one.
I want to switch gears because you're a fan of different things other than football. Even though this is a lot of fun, we have to continue this at some point. We have to get into TV because I need your opinion on our residential trash TV watcher, which is Ray or Dr. Big Mac or the obvious one, however you want to refer to him. I forget what show we did this, but we picked our favorite TV shows, and landing at number 1 for this fool was Prison Break.
No, was it? That's not. No.
Yes, it was.
No, don't mute me.
It was.
Yeah, he's just got muted. So Prison Break landed at the top of this guy's list. Bill and I are like throwing out, cinematic classics, and
Prados, Breaking Bad. This idiot goes Jersey Shore.
Prison Break. So, I would just like your immediate reaction to that, and if you want to touch on maybe a favorite show of yours, and we can judge you harshly as well.
I mean, listen, everyone has like their guilty pleasure watches, and I respect
seen your music tastes.
Oh, my music taste is phenomenal. It's unassailable.
We'll get there.
But for me, if you're talking about the best shows of all time, there's only 3 in the conversation, and it's Breaking Bad, The Wire, and then Friday Night Lights. And Friday Night Lights is just incredible, apart from season 2. But we can blame the writers' strike.
Was that the one when they had like the rape and murder thing or whatever it was?
Yeah, with Landry.
Yeah.
No, definitely
fucking
not.
Tyra, Stone Cold Fox.
Did you see Bill's face when he said Breaking Bad and The Wire? Like,
dude, those are 2 of my favorite shows.
I know.
I'm a diehard Wire fan. I fucking love that show.
Yeah, but like
this guy knows TV, Raymond. Prison Break and Jersey Shore. Fuck off, right?
And listen, like I do have the picks. Like I watch The Bachelor sometimes because I just need something mindless at times. But like you don't put that if you're drafting TV shows. Jersey Shore, like mate, that's not it.
Sorry.
That's
It's
not
close to my heart. I
No,
don't
you
know
don't,
what to tell you
don't
guys.
apologize. Just accept
no.
that you might have bad taste. It's all right.
Oh, that's fine. I know I have
Uh,
bad taste.
Shot in the dark. Shot in the dark here. Don't take too much time. Just rank this 1 to 100. Where does Kevin Costner land on the greatest actors of all time?
80 something.
Oh,
Okay.
we thought we had a connection with Bill here. Nope.
No.
Now you're out.
You're dealing with the number one fan, Kevin Costner, is number one on Bill's list.
I
so
love me some Kevin Costner.
Draft
all of
day.
it.
If
Ever
we're
seen it?
talking just Kevin Costner, like
I
sports
just watched
movies.
Waterworld the other day.
Oh
I
my
love
god,
that movie.
Waterworld, Dances with Wolves, like just
That's
get out of
Bill's
here with
childhood.
that stuff.
Dude, you're a Bills fan. I don't take any of your opinions seriously right
Look
now.
how salty he gets. How many mutes
Hey,
can I do
don't-
in one show? Muted.
So speaking of your music taste, I don't know if it's just I'm not getting out more, but what is your music taste? Because you did a top 50 list on your website. Looked at it, top 10. I was like, who the hell are some of these artists? So what is your music taste?
I mean, I'm a huge fan of hip hop music. I listen to it often. We do a lot of stuff on our podcast about hip hop with our good friend Steve Tyson, who's a rapper, and I'm really into hip hop. I'm really into punk music, really into folk music. But I honestly I run the gamut. Like anything good, I'll listen to, and but hip hop is my go-to. Like I will listen to any hip hop record. I'm getting really into jazz these days. I think it's my old age, but like jazz is having a bit of a comeback right now. There's
Jazz
a lot
has
of great
nothing to
jazz
do with
artists.
Age. It's strictly douchebagginess.
How about some Wu-Tang? This is how we're going to be
Oh,
best
yeah,
friends again. You
absolutely.
like some Wu-Tang? All right, you're back in.
I mean, the 36 Chambers is one of the greatest
The greatest album
of all time.
ever created. I could
Yeah.
want to. Oh God, I love.
I'm gonna mute myself and Ray. You guys can go. If you guys want to dock off screen, that's fine too.
No,
I
listen,
saw that. I saw
just
them
put
2
on
years
Cream.
ago. Yeah, I saw them 2 years ago, and they played that whole album start to finish. And that man, I was rock hard the whole time. Rock fucking hard.
As you should be. It's great stuff.
The only thing with your top 50 list, Taylor Swift should have been a little higher, and Bieber, I didn't see any Bieber in there at all.
Bieber's tracks weren't great this past
Ray
year.
is-
Oh God.
Ray is a top 4. I mean, you can tell by his TV choices. Jersey Shore. He's musically, he's a top 40 slut, and
Or a 14-year-old girl. Either
Either or.
And I'm a classic rock snob, and I like not country, but southern rock, classic rock, 70s, 60s stuff. So that's where we land. I probably haven't listened to a hip hop album in.
See, I also like that old shit though.
Ja Rule. I was gonna say Ja Rule.
Holla. Dollars.
Earl Simmons, R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Fascinating talk. We're moving quickly here, which is good. We're going to switch gears into the other subject that you're heavy on, which is good. Actually, should we do an impromptu sponsor break? This interview is brought to you by White Birch Brewing, which Ray fucked up a post on earlier today. So our sponsors
I don't know the days. I'm sorry.
already been screwed up. Corey, if you have any other beers you want to throw out there, feel free. But White Birch is in Nashua, New Hampshire. They do fascinating stuff running the gamut, if you would. Ray, address, please.
460 Amherst Street,
Get
Nashua.
on down there, find some flights and pints. Corey, we know you're a big craft beer guy, as am I, as are we. I saw you lean over and grab something. I feel like you have something to show us. But before you do, here's the question we can kick off with. The hazy beer craze and what's a hazy beer? It drives me fucking insane. And the basic bitches that only want a hazy beer or a juicy IPA, they all need to go.
The hipsters. This is what
Shut
you're
up,
saying.
Bill, you're one of them.
I'm not a fucking hipster. Get the fuck out of here.
Listen, many would call me a hipster, but I am so frustrated and just over the whole hazy beer thing. Like, don't get me wrong, I love a hazy IPA. I think they're delicious, but all the hype around these breweries that only do hazy IPAs all the time, and they can't get a Pilsner right, or they can't get a stout right, or they can't get anything else apart from the hazy IPA right. I'm just like, I'm out on you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you have to have variety. You don't have any skill if all you can do is hazy IPAs, because you're just throwing a bunch of hops at it and then it tastes delicious. Of course it does. Like, show me some variety. Show me you have some talent as a brewer in a brewery, and make a Pilsner and make a good one at that.
Amen.
So I'm out on it. I I love it. I have one right here that I'm about to drink and I will enjoy. But all those people who only drink that, I hate you.
I love dark beers.
Well said.
Like I like stouts, but man, some of them that they try to get too creative with the stout too. Cinnamon toast crunch, or
God
fucking
damn
like
it, Bill.
chocolate, all this other shit. Just give me a normal stout. I'll take a nice oatmeal stout. Give me some high alcohol content. I don't need any fucking weird ass flavor in it. Just give me a normal goddamn stout.
Yeah, you're not a basic bitch. You're a basic old man. You're a Miller Lite guy. Let's face it.
I do
Corona.
enjoy me a Miller
Corona.
Lite, but my
yeah,
Corona
that's
is
right.
my beer
It's
of
Corona.
choice. I'm
You're
a
a-
seltzer guy
it's
now.
Corona.
I'm definitely a basic bitch. I'm drinking claws.
You're a double.
Claws
Cor-
and gummies.
Corey,
Claws and gummies.
Bill's other nickname is Billy Trash Can. So it like the idea of identifying tastes and quality is not really up his alley. He just
I was drinking
shit in his mouth.
Schlitz in Vermont a couple weeks ago.
There it
so.
is. I just
Listen,
want to
my
Go ahead.
crushable beer of choice is a Miller Lite, which we also refer to as Lachey's. You know,
Oh,
so
I like that.
I'm with
I
you
like
there.
that.
That's
Oh,
all.
Do you,
shit,
do you
yeah,
know
I
the
mean,
do you
a
know the
bachelor party
etymology of
weekend.
that?
You're like you're gonna drink for 48 hours straight. Like you can't be doing 7%ers. You're gonna like come out
Jesus
of
and
that
nectar.
30 pounds heavier and
Yeah.
drunk by 8 a.m.
Bud Lights.
I brought a 30
Good.
rack of Miller Lite to a Patriots game with Ray, and he refused to fucking drink them. Like, what the fuck? I had to drink them all.
He's a pupil.
I mean, Miller Lites are the beer of choice on game day for sure. Because I mean, we'll have like a breakfast stout to start the day almost always,
Mm.
and then a couple IPAs. But then it's just strictly Miller Lite, so you can stay present, stay awake, and function. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I use cocaine for.
See? Trash can. Let's do this quickly, and then we'll move on. But I wanted to get your opinion just off the top of your head. These aren't the easiest ones, but your best beer pairing off the top of your head. These can all be Miller Lite if you want. But we're cigar guys. I don't know if you're a cigar guy, but if you were, best beer pairing with cigar. It doesn't have to be individual beer, like a style, whatever.
If it's a style, I'm going Schwartz beer because you get that smokiness from the beer to pair up with the cigar. That's money for me. It's nice and malty, so smooth, so it'll kind of like balance out
Balances
the palate
up,
with the
yeah.
mouthfeel. I think a nice Schwartz beer, as long as it's done well, good Schwartz beer. That's what I'd go.
Yeah, you need a
Excellent
good
pick.
taste with a cigar, too. Oof.
Now, most people kind of do a red wine with a good steak, but we're beer guys. So if you're doing a good steak, what do you go for the beer?
Dry Irish stout.
Nice.
Ooh,
That was quick. Okay,
nice.
last one. Pussy. Miller Lite. Miller Lite. That's the only answer.
White Claws.
Yeah, probably.
Being a big beer guy, have you ever had what I think, and I believe Bill would attest to this as well, Great Lakes
Yeah, Ray-
Christmas Ale?
Ray
Have you
threw
ever
me in the
had
back of my car drinking Christmas ales one night.
after that? Yes. It's out in Cleveland. It's a seasonal beer. It comes out like in November. They sell it very quickly. If you ever have a chance, drive out there.
I
It's
feel
well
like
worth
I've
it.
definitely had stuff from Great Lakes before. I could check my Untapped, which is very, very up to date, but I
course
don't
it
think
is.
I've had that one. My go-to is Mad Elf from Trogs.
Oh boy.
Never heard
I
of
have
that one.
Trogs is at a PA, I think Harrisburg, but they do the Mad Elf every year. And one year I stocked up on like 3 6-packs, and I've just been aging them. So I have like 2 every year.
Nice.
And I'm on to one of them's like 5 years old at this point that I'm going to crack into this year, and then I got 2 more left that'll be 6 years. It's great
Give you
stuff.
some Mad Elf next
No
time we
shit.
see you, Bill. It's 11% of the bottle. If you got one 5 years old, I mean, you're creeping into that's just booze. at
Oh,
that
gross.
point.
Oh, it's a night ender.
I told you that story. I had one from like what Dogfish had. It was 17.5%. And I had like 4 sips, and I'm like, dude, I can't do this.
Yeah, the
Can't-
one.
Oh, the 120 minute.
Yeah.
No, it was something different. I forget. It wasn't the one. I've had the 120, but it was
Yeah.
some other thing. And
Get-
she's like, "Oh, this is a big beer." I was like, "Yeah, cool. I like big beers." And she never told me what it was. I was like, "Oh, thanks."
Good story, Bill. Get this. I was in a beer store in the ghetto. Where I'm in Maryland, so that's all beer stores. You can't get anything in a gas station. So I'm in kind of like a ghetto-y area. It's nothing but domestic beers, 12-pack domestic beers, and then like in the corner, you've got this dusty craft beer section. At the bottom of that is this 4-pack of 120 minute. They're selling like half off. That has clearly been there for at least a year and a half. And I was like, where'd this come from? Do you know what this is? He didn't speak English, so I bought it, and I'm gonna tap into that for night.
Yeah,
owners.
that sounds super gnarly, dude. Like not going to be good for you, I don't think.
No.
No.
Speaking of not good for you, we'll end here on some really riveting stuff. Soccer. So you were a
Damn it.
That's a fair dig.
collegiate player at Lafayette. Is the northeast section of Pennsylvania, do they have the worst highways in America or the second worst highways in America?
It's got to be the second worst because New Jersey is the worst, and New Jersey's the worst with everything. And it's currently where I live, which is really unfortunate for many reasons.
Soul of America. That's what happens.
Yeah, but we got a good deal here. But Northeast PA is so bad. There's not even Lafayette College to Philly. There is no highway apart from like 611, which is just like a county road, and it's tough. It's tough driving.
It's rough, man. Like we're from New Hampshire, so I'm in Maryland. These guys are in New Hampshire. I've done that drive more times than I can count. And yeah, that stretch through Pennsylvania is just like, hold on tight.
Did you play any real sports that your parents would be proud of besides soccer?
Well, listen, my parents are immigrants, my mother is. She's an immigrant from Portugal, so soccer is a national thing there.
She'll be
But
proud.
my dad was a football player at WPI and a wrestler, and he tried to push me that way. Football wasn't really it for me. I didn't really connect.
What's WPI? The one in Worcester?
Yeah, Worcester Polytechnic.
No shit.
And then he's actually in the Hall of Fame, the Collegiate Hall of Fame there. I went to the little ceremony. It was nice.
Oh, no shit.
Worcester has great beer, by the way.
That's awesome.
I worked 10 minutes from WPI. That's a small world.
He doesn't work.
Yeah,
right now.
great-
He's actually
great worms
milking
in there.
off the government, but
For another
I
week
played-
and a half.
I played basketball when I was a kid, and I had a pretty wet jumper, but I'm 5'9" and not particularly athletic, so that wasn't going to work.
Average.
I
Your
am.
average height. Don't let
I
anyone
am
tell you.
average height, but
Yeah.
for a basketball player, it ain't going to work. I played baseball for a bit,
No.
but then I was bored all the time. It was terrible.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
so, soccer was it for me, and it did a lot for me. I still coach youth soccer now, and I coach high school sports,
Look at that
specifically
hair.
soccer and basketball. But yeah, soccer's great. I get why people don't like it.
so as an
These two
adult, you
fools
grew
don't
up
like it.
and
I
you-
played it.
Go ahead, Ray.
Well, no, I play soccer. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a great game. Bill's dink-toed, so he can't run. Rich is fat, so he can't run long periods of time. So therefore, they didn't like soccer. That's what it is.
It's the
Don't be
most
bad,
boring
guys.
sport. I'd rather watch tennis than soccer. Women's tennis than
It's all
soccer.
right. We don't need to dump on soccer. Take it easy, Prison Break. You'll be fine.
I'm sorry. So I see you're a fan of Everton. Is it just a natural thing growing up in northern New York that you just root for shitty teams?
Yes, it is. And
Okay.
one of the big things, there's this guy, Duncan Ferguson. He was this like 6'4" just goon of a man who played striker for them in the late 90s. And he was like the first player I watched, and I just love this guy to death. And after that, Tim Howard, the American goalkeeper, he ended up going to Everton and playing for them for a long time after he got transferred from Manchester United. And so that was just natural. And then, Landon Donovan, America's saving grace at at every World Cup that we've been to lately, specifically 2010. He came over to Everton for a couple loan spells. And so, I've been on Everton the whole time. And to answer your question, yes, rooting for shitty teams it's a prerequisite from being from upstate New York. You root for the underdogs at all times.
Makes
I gotta
sense.
tell you,
Makes
that's as much soccer as we've allowed on
I
this
needed
show.
that nap.
That
Yeah. Usually they go right to the fucking end of the show when I start talking soccer.
We always
This
run out of
is
time.
As polite as we've ever been. Generally, we run out of time. Luckily, we had enough for you, Corey. Look, this was fun, man. This was a blast. I'd love to do it again. Why don't just give us a little bit of information and the listeners a little bit of information on your podcast, kind of where to find it, when to find it, so we can get some guys over there to listen to you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. So we drop an episode every Wednesday, and we cover all sorts of stuff, music, movies, etc. It's Oscars season right now, so we have been cruising through all the Oscar movies. We have a podcast that just came out yesterday about all the nominees, and then we're going to do some alternative Oscars because we love horror and sci-fi, but they never ever get recognized at the Oscars, which we think is a travesty. So we are going to look to correct that. But yeah, every Wednesday you can find us on Spotify. You can find us on Apple Podcasts. It's the Back Porch Podcast, and yeah, it's me and my buddy Beam just talking shit about movies, music, and yeah, we can invite Ray on to share his extremely
perfect.
poor,
I got
poor taste.
no. I got some great movies lined up. Don't worry, I've been watching some great stuff.
I think that would be a ratings boost for you guys. Getting the obvious one on there to talk about the Oscar movies would be
and his TV shows.
Something else.
This is a guy that doesn't even enjoy It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Stupid.
Well, that's just not true. But...
Exactly. Right?
Hey,
you can never trust a guy that doesn't.
Shut up, Bill. I almost got invited to this show. God damn it. You just ruined it all.
Ray hasn't made a friend since 1993, and you just blew that opportunity. So
yeah, thanks, Bill.
We were the last friends he's made, and he's able to hold on. And you're blowing that right now, Bill. So, yeah, man, let's do that. It would be fun to get on there and talk some shop, whatever you guys want to get into. We clearly are idiots and assholes. So if you're looking for that kind of commentary, that's certainly what we can bring.
Listen, that's the vibe we want, and then we can judge you mercilessly for your poor tastes. That's the kind of conflict we want on our show. So absolutely, we can talk Boston movies, we can talk sports movies, we can do whatever you guys want.
Oh, that would be fun. You guys should just do a show on all there was a span there of Boston, everyone made a Boston movie and everyone
with the worst accent.
Dude, The Departed was the fucking king of that.
Yeah.
Mark Wahlberg is from here. Matt Damon fucking from here. Then the Alec Baldwin stupid accent in that movie. I wanted to shoot my fucking self in the face.
Jack Nicholson's is the worst in that movie. He has no idea what he's doing.
We need to get them microchips.
He just threw it out yeah. That's pretty funny. That actually sounds like that sounds like a doable show. We could have some fun with that. All right, let's wrap this up and we'll go on from here. Corey, thanks for tuning in, and anybody listening, go check them out. The Back Porch Podcast, Spotify, Apple Podcast. Fuck the Bills, and thanks for joining us, man.
Yeah, absolutely. AFC East champs. We'll see you again next year.
Hey, we just retooled. Congratulations on your one championship.
I'm sorry, actually. Yeah. I didn't mean to kick him out that early. That was fun.
That was fun.
He had a little bit of an accent. I think he might be from Tennessee. He was just way too nice. He was his whole demeanor was just very kind.
Is that a Bills fan though?
Yeah, no, Bill.
Is that just because you're from a shithole town in Buffalo? You got to just be nice to everybody.
Bills fans are generally kind of nice. Like I said, they're on the cusp of becoming the worst fan base in sports, but they're not there yet.
No, they're close though.
They're getting there. I just feel like Corey is from his nice demeanor played well off us being assholes.
Do you see how close they became best friends, Bill and Corey?
It was close, but yeah.
You were closer, and then Bill ruined it.
Yeah.